There are moments when the veil feels thin, a quiet afternoon, a deep night silence, and you sense that the planet you stand upon is not your only home. What if the relentless feeling of being different, of watching humanity from a distance, is not a flaw in your being, but an ancient memory? It's a memory carried within the very threads of your soul, that you were never meant to be fully of this world. You came here with a specific mission, a contract written in the stars, to witness and assist in the most profound shift this planet has ever known. Most people will never understand this concept, but you might be one of them. Stay with me, and we will step together into the cosmic archives to see what the souls known as Starseeds remember about the true blueprint of humanity and the great awakening that is already underway. We are talking about a knowing that predates your earliest human recollection, a time before the amnesia of birth settled fully over your consciousness. Think of it this way. Your physical body is like a highly advanced vessel, perfectly suited for the intense density of Earth's three-dimensional experience. But the soul within is not native to this ship. It belongs to another star system, another vibration, another plane of existence where time and space behave differently. This is the central teaching preserved in the deepest trance sessions, the quiet insistence from the higher self that Dolores Cannon called the subconscious, or the SC. They reveal a coordinated, massive influx of highly evolved, compassionate souls who signed up for this mission during Earth's time of crisis. They are the three waves of volunteers, here to raise the planet's frequency simply by their presence. The starseed does not look down on humanity. They feel a profound, aching compassion for it. They remember intrinsically the true potential of this planet, the perfection of its design as a living library of all life. And they feel the grief of seeing that library currently shrouded in fear, conflict, and the persistent illusion of scarcity. What they carry most acutely is the blueprint of unity consciousness. They find the concept of war, of intentional suffering, of hierarchical dominance not just distasteful, but utterly illogical. To the starseed soul, the separation between people is a temporary distortion, like static on a universal frequency. They know at a cellular level the truth of the law of one. We are all merely facets of a singular, infinite creator. This knowledge creates the emotional signature many starseeds live with, a subtle melancholy. It is the sorrow of remembering the light while living within the shadows. It is the loneliness of knowing a higher truth that few around you seem ready to grasp. This melancholy is not depression. It is the soul's homesickness for its own higher vibration. But this homesickness is also your greatest power. It means the amnesia is not complete. The inner restlessness, the intense gravitation toward knowledge that challenges the established narrative, quantum physics, ancient mysteries, metaphysical texts. These are not hobbies. They are your soul's urgent attempts to retrieve the mission parameters you temporarily misplaced. The cosmic archives remind us that starseeds came in many flavors. The powerful Palladians who focus on healing and creativity. The pragmatic Syrians who carry technological and esoteric wisdom. The compassionate Andromedans who specialize in freedom and escaping limitation, and the ancient Lyran architects who understand the nature of soul lineage. Regardless of origin, the core memory is the same. You are a lighthouse positioned in a fog. You are not here to row out and save every ship. You are here to stand steady, shine your unique, untainted light, and allow those ships that are ready to navigate toward you. This is the knowledge that transforms the feeling of being an outcast into the realization of being a volunteer. You are not broken. You are simply calibrated to a frequency the world is still catching up to. Let us step deeper now into the precise architecture of this mission, into the core teachings that reveal why the Starseed perspective is vital for the great awakening that is already underway. It is time to see what these cosmic memories truly hold about humanity's past and its imminent quantum future. Welcome to Awakening Archives, where we do not teach, but recollect. We step together into the hidden corridors of time, uncovering cosmic truths, forgotten wisdom, and the secret knowledge held within your own eternal soul. This space is a sanctuary for the curious, a mirror for those who feel the echo of other worlds. If you are ready to shed the illusion of separation, if you are drawn to the memory of who you truly are, then let this be your invitation. Hit subscribe and the bell so you never miss a cosmic truth that your soul is waiting to remember. We are not merely discussing a theory today. We are decoding the collective memory brought forth by countless deep trance sessions, the testimonies of souls recorded by the likes of Dolores Cannon and channeled through others who stand on the precipice of this dimensional shift. By the end of this recollection, you will gain a clear understanding of the Starseed perspective on Earth's past, its current trajectory, and the vital role you play in the emergence of the 5D Earth. You will discover the rare, subtle truths that are only revealed when the soul is truly ready to awaken. Let us begin with the nature of the Starseed, the volunteer. In the narratives brought forth through deep regression, particularly in the work of Dolores Cannon, a consistent story emerges. Long ago, Earth found itself in a severe evolutionary predicament. Its vibrations, its very life force, had descended so deeply into density, into cycles of power, control, and fear, that it was heading toward a point of no return. It was a call for aid, an energetic SOS sent out across the galaxy. The Starseeds, as they are called, are souls who had never incarnated on Earth before, or who have only done so in a handful of lives. Their origins trace back to higher dimensional planes, to the Pleiades, to Lyra, to Sirius, or to worlds beyond our stellar maps. They exist in a state of knowing that transcends Earth's dualistic reality. Why would a soul from a state of pure light volunteer for the heavy, confusing veil of forgetfulness that is an Earth life? The risk was tremendous, the forgetting almost guaranteed. Yet the compassion for Gaia, for this living library of a planet, was even greater. They came in 3 primary waves, according to the archives, all designed to walk among us, gently raising the collective vibration simply by their presence. They are the light ballast in the sinking ship of consensus reality. The decision to incarnate as a starseed was never casual. It was a cosmic negotiation of the highest order, often ratified by the overseers of the soul journey. The archives reveal that these souls, accustomed to realms of pure light, immediate knowing, and seamless telepathic communication, had to accept a tremendous energetic downgrade. They understood that entering a 3D physical body meant accepting the limitations of linear time, gravity, and the density of physical matter. But the critical and most challenging requirement they accepted was the installation of the veil of forgetfulness. This veil, felt as a dense barrier between the conscious mind and the soul's eternal archives, served a vital, multifaceted purpose. Firstly, it upheld the core integrity of the Earth School's free will experiment. If the volunteers remembered their full power, their galactic lineage, and the ultimate outcome of the shift, the lessons learned by the human personality, especially the mastery of unconditional love under duress, would be rendered meaningless. The spiritual game requires temporary amnesia for its depth to be realized. Secondly, and perhaps more compassionately, the forgetting was a protective measure to carry the full, unfiltered, intensely high vibrational memory of their home dimension while existing in Earth's dense, fear-saturated energy field would be too taxing, potentially leading to immediate energetic dissolution, profound psychological collapse, or severe physical illness, a risk that some first-wave volunteers sadly faced. The contract, recorded in the Akashic Archives, detailed two vital, non-negotiable clauses: the acceptance of amnesia and the promise of a pre-programmed activation sequence. This sequence, unique to each volunteer's timeline, was designed to be triggered at the planetary critical phase, the precise moment of the collective dimensional shift which we are currently navigating. The trigger could be anything: a personal near-death experience, an encounter with specific metaphysical knowledge, a celestial event, or simply reaching a crucial level of emotional integrity. When this sequence is activated, the soul's archived memory begins to subtly, sometimes explosively, bleed through the veil, initiating the process of conscious awakening and the official commencement of their mission. This awakening is often deeply disruptive, yet it is the moment the volunteer truly steps into their contracted role. To truly grasp the magnitude of the volunteer mission, we must first remember the unique, often perilous nature of this planet. Earth is not merely a celestial body. It is a meticulously crafted, experimental school of consciousness, specifically designed for accelerated growth through the friction of duality. As recounted in the Law of One and confirmed in many QHHT transcripts, Earth was established as a rare, full free will zone where souls could explore the absolute maximum range of experience, from the deepest, most isolating darkness of fear to the highest, most unifying expression of unconditional love. This complete freedom of choice, however, coupled with external influences and the eventual severance of clear, high-frequency energetic communication, led to an energetic density far heavier and more intractable than was originally intended. The archive suggests that at a critical juncture, a point referenced by many sources, where the negative karmic energy of separation and destruction threatened to make the entire planet uninhabitable for high-frequency life, the cosmic SOS was sent. The Earth's collective energy field, sometimes called the planetary consciousness, needed an infusion of pure, untainted light to prevent total vibrational collapse. The problem was not just surface-level conflict, it was a profound spiritual stagnation. Karma became not just a cosmic balance sheet, but a sticky, dense web of recurring conflict, trauma, and unresolved emotional debt. The collective human energy field became so saturated with unprocessed fear and pain that it created a self-sealing mechanism, preventing new, lighter frequency information from flowing in. Humanity was looping endlessly through the same historical dramas, unable to break the cycle. The solution could not be physical intervention, which would violate the universal law of non-interference with free will, but a vibrational injection, a silent, heart-centered assistance program that operated from within the dense field. The Starseeds' decision to incarnate was based on a strategic deployment plan, meticulously catalogued by Dolores Cannon as the 3 waves of volunteers. These waves represent energetic archetypes, not merely birth years, but their chronological staggering was essential to penetrate the density layer by layer and ensure the continued stability of the mission during the acceleration phase of the shift. The first wave, the breakers of ground, born 1940s to 1960s. These souls were the shock absorbers and pioneers who took the initial hardest hit of Earth's density. Core role: to disrupt the deeply entrenched post-war density of rigid conformity, suffocating materialism, and emotional repression. They had to create the space for spiritual inquiry and new thought to even be considered possible. They were the counterculture, the explorers of alternative realities, the ones who first challenged political and societal authority. The sacrifice and struggle? They faced the most extreme culture shock. Their high sensitivity clashed violently with the dense patriarchal environment, leading to profound alienation, manifesting often as depression, addiction, anxiety, or an inability to fit into linear societal structures. They were the original cosmic outcasts, forced to fight for the mere existence of non-materialistic thought. Their greatest sacrifice was the risk of never finding their footing, of remaining perpetually lost within the veil. But their energetic imprint successfully fractured the foundation of the old matrix, making the subsequent waves viable. The second wave, the silent anchors, born 1970s to 1980s. This group was strategically placed in a slightly less dense energetic landscape, benefiting from the foundational disruption caused by the first wave, but carrying the specific challenge of extreme energetic sensitivity. Core role: to be energetic anchors and lighthouses. Their mission is subtle: to hold a pure, stable frequency regardless of external chaos. They are the quiet resonators. Their greatest contribution is not in doing, but in being. By rigorously maintaining inner peace, emotional stability, and a high energetic signature, they automatically raise the collective vibration of the area they inhabit, often influencing thousands of people around them without direct interaction. The struggle: they are often intensely introverted and acutely sensitive to external energies, leading them to be labeled reclusive, shy, or antisocial. They struggle immensely with relationships, work environments, and traditional career paths because their sensitive field cannot tolerate the drama or lower vibrations of institutional density. They instinctively conserve their energy, knowing their inherent stability is the core of their service. They are here to model the quiet sovereignty of the soul, demonstrating that spiritual power is found in stillness, not external action. The third wave, the system transformers, born 1990s to present. This youngest generation is the final wave, described as the most energetically prepared, often carrying the genetic upgrades, indigo, crystal, necessary for 5D integration. Core role: to incarnate with their remembrance largely intact or easily accessible. They are the system transformers. They are not here to question the old system or protest it. Their mission is to bypass it entirely, bringing forward new models for sustainable living, holistic education, decentralized technology, and heart-centered governance. They are highly attuned to children and the rapid, fluid future potential of the planet. The struggle? They often display strong will, a fierce rejection of irrelevant authority, and suffer from intense energetic boredom or disconnection in conventional settings. Their challenge is impatience and the frustration of feeling they must wait for the rest of the world to catch up to the reality they already perceive. They are already vibrating at the frequency of the new earth they came to create, leading to friction with the remaining 3D structures. They are the living, energetic bridge into the 5D reality. This is the knowledge that creates their melancholy. They see the divine perfection in the chaos, but they also feel the deep pain of those who have forgotten that perfection. The starseed understands that the perception of linear time is perhaps the most convincing illusion woven into the 3D matrix. They recall from the archives that all moments, past, present, and future, exist simultaneously in a vast, non-linear field of consciousness. This is the realm of the Akashic records, accessible to the higher self, where all potentials and probabilities are stored. What does this mean for humanity? It means the current struggle is not just a reaction to recent events, but an energetic echo of ancient, unresolved traumas. The starseed knows that to heal the present, one must engage with the parallel reality of the past, specifically the fall of advanced civilizations like Atlantis and Lemuria. These were not just historical events. They were vibrational choices that established the deep patterns of separation, fear-based governance, and the misuse of powerful technology that humanity is still playing out. The starseed's presence acts as an energetic countercurrent, seeking to harmonize these ancient discordant echoes simply by anchoring a future-facing frequency of unity. The true blueprint of the physical body. The consensus mind believes the body is a biological machine, fragile and finite. The starseed memory holds the blueprint of the body as a multidimensional energy receiver. They know that the physical vessel is equipped with energetic centers, the chakras, designed to interface with dimensions far beyond the third. Fear, trauma, and dense emotional baggage act like spiritual static, clogging these receivers and forcing the individual to operate solely on a narrow band of 3D reality. They remember that physical discomfort and chronic illness are often signals, vibrational discrepancies, where the higher soul frequency is struggling to align with the low, dense frequency maintained by the human personality's adherence to fear and outdated belief systems. The starseed is constantly negotiating this gap, which is why they often feel physically exhausted or chemically sensitive. Their systems are running a higher energy current through wiring designed for a lower voltage. This realization is the key to mastering the human experience. It shifts the perspective from viewing the body as a victim of random fate to seeing it as a sovereign tool designed for conscious co-creation. The starseed knows that true healing is always a return to original vibration. The myth of material scarcity. Perhaps the most potent illusion the starseed remembers is the myth of scarcity. Humanity is gripped by the conviction that resources are limited, that survival is a competitive endeavor, and that wealth must be hoarded. This belief system is the engine that drives conflict, poverty, and environmental degradation. The starseed, drawing on the memory of higher dimensional existence, knows that the universe operates on infinite abundance. They recall that matter is merely light compressed, and resources are generated through conscious intention and communal harmony. The problem on Earth is not a lack of resources, but a scarcity of consciousness. This inherent knowing makes the starseed deeply uncomfortable with the rigid structures of commerce and competition. They struggle to find fulfillment in careers based on profit accumulation, feeling an urgent, irrational pull toward roles focused on service, creativity, or healing. Their mission, in a material sense, is to subtly introduce the concept of shared sovereignty, to model a life driven by inner wealth and spiritual capital rather than external acquisition, which the starseed understands as fundamental universal law. Your outer reality is a perfect time-delayed mirror of your inner assumption. If humanity assumes separation and scarcity, that is what the collective projector will generate. The starseed's purpose is to change the internal assumption, to embody the feeling of unity and abundance now, thereby subtly pulling the future collective reality toward the 5D New Earth template. The role of trauma and the shadow. The starseed also holds a compassionate, detached understanding of trauma. They know that many human souls have been cycling through lives of severe density for millennia, accumulating deep energetic wounds, the shadow, that are often unconsciously passed down genetically and karmically. The consensus mind seeks to suppress or pathologize this shadow. The starseed knows that the trauma is not a mistake, it is crystallized energy waiting for resolution. You did not come to Earth to avoid pain, you came to shine light on the pain. Their core teaching on trauma is simple. It is not the event that holds the power, but the unconscious charge the soul placed upon it. By becoming the observer, a key starseed mode of operation, one can detach from the emotional charge of the trauma, allowing the crystallized energy to finally dissolve. This act of transmutation is sacred service, as every piece of personal shadow resolved contributes directly to the lightening of the planetary collective. The starseed knows they cannot simply tell humanity to stop fighting, they must demonstrate how to stop fighting themselves. The internal mastery of emotional neutrality is the most powerful tool for dismantling the external matrix of fear. The future template, 5D Earth. Finally, the starseed holds the active, vibrant memory of the destination, the 5D Earth. This is not a distant utopian dream, but an immediate parallel frequency that is already emerging. They know that the current global upheaval, the sense of intense polarization, and the collapse of long-standing institutions are not signs of failure, but symptoms of the dimensional splitting. The 3D matrix is dissolving because it is losing energetic support. The starseed's memory confirms that they were placed here specifically for this window, to be the energetic template holders for the new Earth. This new reality is defined by several core principles that the starseed intrinsically knows. Transparency, no more secrets, no more hidden agendas. Consciousness operates in pure light. Decentralization, the end of hierarchical control structures. Power shifts to individual sovereignty and communal collaboration. Intuition over intellect, the heart's knowing guides action, replacing fear-based linear logic. This is the knowledge that transforms their alienation into purpose. The feeling of being different is merely the vibrational dissonance between intensity of the dissolving 3D world and the frequency of the future 5D reality they are actively remembering and anchoring into the now. Their knowledge is not theoretical, it is a functional cosmic memory being activated to guide humanity toward its inevitable next stage of soul evolution. They are the living archives of ascension. The drive to awaken. You were always the one reading the unusual books, drawn to quantum physics, metaphysics, or the spiritual journey. Your mission is not something you do, but something you are. Your presence alone begins to shift the energy around you. The internal conflict with linear time. The starseed soul, remembering the simultaneous nature of all existence, that all moments coexist in the eternal now, struggles intensely with the human perception of linear time. Manifestation. You may find yourself exhibiting immense impatience with slow processes, bureaucratic systems, or the repetitive nature of 3D life. The inherent inefficiency of Earth systems feels not just frustrating, but fundamentally wrong, because your soul remembers systems that operate with immediate energetic efficiency. You often feel you are operating on a compressed schedule, an inner urgency that the work needs to be done now, even if you cannot rationally explain why. This tension between the soul's timeless knowing and the body's need for sequential progress creates a persistent state of internal friction. The deeper knowing. This struggle is vital. The urgency is the soul's subconscious recognition that the planetary shift is occurring within a finite, narrow window of linear time, and every moment spent in inertia is a moment lost for anchoring the higher frequency. The mission demands that you learn to surrender to the flow of Earth time while relentlessly holding the frequency of cosmic time. The inability to participate in egoic drama. The consensus human experience often revolves around competition, validation, social maneuvering, and the pursuit of external power. This is the game of the ego, designed to reinforce the illusion of separation. Manifestation. Starseeds possess an almost genetic inability to thrive in this arena. You find office politics baffling, social hierarchies illogical, and the need for external validation utterly exhausting. You may struggle to hold a conventional job or maintain friendships based solely on surface-level interaction. When confronted with intense emotional drama or conflict, your instinctive reaction is not to engage, but to withdraw or attempt to resolve the issue immediately with radical transparency and love. Approaches that often confuse or antagonize those operating within the egoic paradigm. The deeper knowing. This reluctance is the soul's memory of unity consciousness. When the soul remembers, it is merely a fragment of the oversoul. The desire to compete against another fragment becomes impossible. The starseed knows that the true game is not winning against others, but winning over the self, mastering the ego's reflexive fear. By refusing to participate in the drama, you silently dissolve the energetic food source of the 3D matrix. The call of the wild and the cosmic connection. While the starseed may feel alienated from human society, they almost always feel a profound and instant connection to certain places, particularly nature, water, or the night sky. Manifestation. There is an intense, almost physical need to be near untouched landscapes, ancient forests, or the ocean. These natural settings act as vibrational charging stations, where the dense human static can be discharged. When gazing at the cosmos, especially the familiar constellations of your origin, Pleiades, Sirius, or Orion, there is an inexplicable pull, a deep, silent conversation that transcends language. Your soul recognizes the energetic signature of its true home in the perfection and purity of nature and space. The deeper knowing. Gaia is also a living consciousness, and starseeds share an unbreakable contract with the planet itself. The natural world operates on a clean, restorative, high-frequency template that predates the density of human karma. By connecting deeply with the Earth's natural grids and the cosmos, the starseed is not escaping. They are recalibrating their antenna to receive clearer mission instructions and to ground the necessary light codes directly into the planetary grid. The search for the forgotten wisdom. The drive to awaken manifests as an insatiable, non-linear hunger for knowledge that lies outside the established academic, religious, or scientific consensus. Manifestation. From a young age, you were drawn to the fringe, to ancient texts, esoteric philosophy, quantum mechanics,
suppressed history, and the mysteries of consciousness. You realize quickly that the traditional education system is designed to teach you what to think, not how to think, and you reject its limitations. This pursuit is not intellectual curiosity. It is a soul imperative. You are searching for the key, the forgotten piece of wisdom that will unlock the rest of your mission and help you understand the current planetary dynamics. The deep dive into the metaphysical archives is not about learning new information, but about remembering what was deliberately forgotten when the veil was installed. The soul recognizes its own wisdom in the channeled texts, in the regression transcripts of Dolores Cannon. Every book read, every truth recognized is like retrieving a lost piece of coded memory necessary for the planetary activation. The goal is to synthesize these fragmented truths into a coherent whole, ready to be utilized during the final phases of the shift. The relationship with technology and energy. Starseeds often have a complex, almost paradoxical relationship with technology and electrical systems. Manifestation. You may be incredibly adept with advanced technology, especially if you carry Syrian or Lyran lineage. Or, conversely, you may struggle even with basic electronics, causing devices to malfunction, batteries to drain quickly, or streetlights to flicker near you. This phenomenon is not superstition. It is a direct consequence of your high and often fluctuating electromagnetic field. When the starseed is deeply engaged in their mission or undergoing a major energetic upgrade, their field can destabilize or overload local electronic systems that are not designed to handle that voltage. The deeper knowing reveals the core truth of your being. You are a transducer. You are here to transmute dense, chaotic 3D energy into clean, usable 5D energy. The friction with technology is a sign that your light body is actively overriding the static of the surrounding environment. This sensitivity is confirmation that your energetic presence is actively contributing to the shift.
These 5 additional signs, when taken together with the original 4, alienation, observer stance, sensitivity, and drive to awaken, paint a clear picture of the volunteer soul. They confirm that your difficult path is not a mistake, but a meticulously planned, powerful service contract. The purpose of recognizing these imprints is not self-labeling, but empowerment. The knowledge transforms confusion into clarity and alienation into purpose. The ultimate wisdom the starseed must integrate is that the memory is only useful when it is anchored. To anchor this memory means living these truths, choosing love when the 3D reality demands fear, maintaining peace when chaos reigns, and trusting the unseen cosmic flow over the visible, temporary drama. The starseed knows that the greatest miracle they perform is simply holding the light steady. This is the highest form of service, and it is happening through you, right now, simply because you are here, awake and remembering. This recollection is not meant to be a final answer, but a starting point for your own sovereign journey. The greatest truth a starseed possesses is the power of the sovereign heart, and this power is only unlocked through reflection. Ask yourself now, in the quiet corridor of your own mind, have you ever felt like your soul remembers more than your personality does? Have you recognized the deep yearning, the profound sensitivity, the call to a higher purpose that has followed you your entire life? I invite you to share a fragment of your own starseed memory. Comment with the word remembering and tell me where you feel the echo of your cosmic home most strongly. It is in the sharing of these memories that we illuminate the path for one another. I read every message, for every memory shared is a precious archive. If this exploration has resonated with the deepest part of your being, if it has triggered a subtle sense of knowing, then I invite you to join our collective awakening. Subscribe to Awakening Archives for weekly cosmic truths and hit the bell to ensure that the veil of forgetfulness never descends too deeply again. The journey through the archives of time is eternal, but the choice to awaken is always in the now. Step into your power. Anchor your light. Trust the wisdom of the soul that chose this difficult, beautiful, and pivotal moment. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep your soul aligned with the highest truth. Stay aware, stay awakened, and remember, you are the memory this world has been waiting for.